What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Mike Labelle. Welcome back to the FIFA school. And before we get started with today's video, congratulations is in order. My right-hand man, my partner on this channel, my partner on the FIFA school, George Adamou, Adamou, won MLS Cup. And it was impressive. He went through the bracket. He did his thing. He didn't really concede any goals. So if you haven't seen the previous video where we're talking about defending, and George made that video, in 5 games of competitive play, he only conceded 2 goals, which played a massive factor as to him winning MLS Cup and taking home that title. And I'm just really proud of him. We've been preparing. We've been talking about all sorts of different intricacies, working on mental, working on your mindset, because when you go into events, you have to have that self-belief, self-assurance, and you have to manage your emotions. This still applies online. Managing your emotions will lead to better results. Today we're going to review Lewandowski goals because I had a weekend league. It was right when he was released from Bundesliga, 99 overall. I was impressed. I had to put this man into motion. I know I scored 50 goals over the weekend. I want to say I might have had 20 assists as well. So 70 potential contributions throughout 30 games. I'll give you the offensive equation. Basically, games played. Take the total matches played. For any of your attacking players, you take the goals and then you take the assists, you add those together and you divide by games played. And that's going to give you kind of a value standpoint. If you're getting an amazing ROI, a return of your investment, are they averaging at least 1 contribution or more per game? And I'm talking about Lewandowski right now averaging over 2 contributions per game, which is unheard of. I don't know if I've had a better individual performance from any offensive player, at least statistically, throughout a weekend league. So I thought, you know what? People always ask me about finishing. Why don't we just review some of Lewandowski's goals? I mean, he scored enough of them. If you're new here, it is free to subscribe. It's a brand new channel. We have the FIFA School, which gives you more tips, more tactics, more personalized help and assistance. We can review your clips on this channel. And there's so much more that's linked down below. We'd really appreciate if you checked it out. We also have an exclusive podcast, myself and George put out 4 corners every single week where we talk about gaming news, esports, and just more details on what we think is going to happen next in FIFA, the development, what we're really happy about, what we're unhappy, what needs to improve, kind of all encompassing. Without further ado, and I haven't watched back these clips in a while, so it's not necessarily a reaction, but I remember this actually. So this is going to be smooth operational work. Big key here, when you get the ball with Lewandowski, you have a manual defender. Do you see that? You have a manual defender. And I bring that up because that tells you can do some sort of skill. And I have to go forward unless I go backwards. This man is offsides, so that is no longer an option. If I was going to go backwards, this would be my pass right here. The late addition or the late run that's going to be joining the attack by a secondary center mid. We are going to go with a La Croqueta. The skill move choice is up to you. A roulette would have worked here. Ball roll may have been a little bit dicey. I don't think you have enough time for a body feint. You probably get away with a fake shot. So those are your selections, at least what I'm seeing firsthand. La Croqueta scoots around him. And that's just that prime time, easy on the eyes. Now you have the angle. The goalkeeper's already off his line just slightly. I can hit it either side of the post. I can go across the body. I can hit the strong side. We're going to go strong side, open up our body, finesse shot. Actually, maybe not a finesse shot. It might be a power shot there. But I know that you could make a choice. You can go either way. It's not going to be a problem. The point that I want to bring up in that video is that you took the extra step. You went for the skill move. You didn't shoot early. That's something that I run into with gold players or silver players, even elite players sometimes, is that they don't work it in because we're aiming for guaranteed conversion. We find Royce. Defender's out of the picture. Here we go with Lewandowski again. I know I've got some options here. We've got a man chasing back. It's just a matter of what we want to line up. And I want to use that defender's momentum against him. Lewandowski changes direction, kind of a bit of a mishap. I already had what I needed. And then once you get in this position, and I can't stress this enough, this is the value, the full value, and why we talk about outside of the foot trait. Having this in your locker, having this as an option, especially with a player that's maybe limited on his weak foot, whether that's a 3-star weak foot or 4-star weak foot, from this location, he's going to use his dominant foot, and then it's going to have that trivela shape. Goalkeeper, no chance. I know that's from close distance, but even from more difficult angles, that still drops. Still to this day, this is the most efficient way to finish a one-on-one if it aligns for you. We have so much time and space. Goalkeeper's coming off his line. Yes, I could pass it, but I'm kind of feeling myself. I'm feeling Lewandowski. We're already ahead in this game, and it's really important, more so when you're under pressure. If the goalkeeper's off his line, ball roll, ball roll, ball roll. If you time it right, you're going to beat the goalkeeper. You get a free goal. There it is. We walk it around, and we didn't need to go with the chip, but like I said, we were feeling good about ourselves. Moving on. We turn, Lewandowski, and I do want to say this, if you don't have a player that has the curve, the finishing, the power, if you don't have a player that has the skill set, whether it's finesse shot trait, the power, the curve, this position still could mean that you're looking for the skill move or that you're looking for an additional pass. But with Lewandowski, I know that he's capable, and people have been asking me a lot about timing finishes. I do it every once in a while on finesse shots from outside the box, but nothing else. Absolutely nothing else. I just don't feel the reward from the risk factor where you're trying to measure, am I getting an improved chance to convert from this type of 1v1, inside the box, outside the box. It just does not make a difference. And then you run the risk of not timing something properly, especially if you're in delay or if you're in lag. So Lewandowski, top of the box. We have the finesse shot angle. We're going to open up our body. And we go with finesse shot shooting. From that area, about 50% is going to be what you're looking for. And you see the movement. Bang it. This example is a little more advanced. It's important if you're at the elite status. So yes, we get the layoff here. But the reason that I want to freeze frame this and just give you a quick preview, I'm going to notice that the goalkeeper, before I shoot, is going to scoot. He's going to try to take away the cross body. So we're going to power this home on the near post. You'll see the goalkeeper move. But you have to add this in your arsenal if you're going to be at that elite tier. Even though goalkeeper movement's not nearly as important in FIFA 20 as it was in FIFA 19, it still can be a bit of a make or break if you don't make a lot of chances. Once you get them, you've got to be able to have the composure and awareness to look before you power it up. You don't want to get too caught up in instinctive shooting. It's always going to be a factor of where's the goalkeeper position. Some of that happens from goalkeeper movement. Some of that happens from the game itself and how the goalkeeper comes out or he sits back or what he takes away. I've seen many times where goalkeepers naturally, organically, nothing my opponent did, but they cover the near post better than they normally would. Or they scoot a little bit towards the far post. And you say, why are they doing that? I have no idea, but you noticed it. There it is. You saw the goalkeeper scoot. Second freeze frame. We're just going to power that in. He has no chance. He is out of position. I knew that before I hit the shot. I love this clip breakdown because it builds well off what I was just talking about with goalkeeper movement and watching the goalkeeper. So we've got a break with Lewandowski. I'm pulling it back. You see the goalkeeper's kind of out of position. I noticed it late. I didn't realize the goalkeeper had scooted to the middle. I could have probably taken a shot after that drag back, but I didn't catch it. I wasn't quick on my feet. Second drag back. Goalkeeper's now coming out. This is actually a smarter tactic than you would think for my opponent, especially if he's able to manage defenders or midfielders at the same time. Because right now you're saying, oh, the chip is open. There's not a big angle there. That is a small window to score a chip because I'm not to the ball yet. Lewandowski still has maybe a half second to recover. Goalkeeper maybe scoots back a little bit. It's a very small window of space. And you see that? And now we're talking. We settle ourselves. This is what I talk about with skill moves all the time. We use that fake shot. We line up everything. You see this picture perfect. And then outside of the boot trait, I don't have to do anything differently. He just has this. And many players have this. And it just becomes almost a requirement or definitely a major bonus and asset to your offensive creativity, being dynamic with your finishing. And we're just going to power this home. Ugh. And I'm happy about it. Anytime you make a good read like that, you want to be rewarded. When in doubt, my friends, my beautiful friends, hit the near post. Not the best build-up. Royce gives it to Lewandowski here. And this position right here, right now. Goalkeeper's in the middle. He hasn't scooted one way or the other. I'm not exactly sure what my best option is, but I understand how the game works. And this is where I talk about when in doubt, you hit the near post. Near post power shot. Don't worry about adding any extra flavor or modifiers with the finesse shot, especially when you're on someone's weak foot, such as Lewandowski on his left foot. He does not have a 5-star weak foot. So we're going to hit this on the near post and let him show us that he has 99 finishing. Let him be himself. I want to see if those stats align. But when in doubt, make that instinct or make that habit, especially after you've already glanced. You see the goalkeeper. He's in the middle. Near post. Going across the body is very difficult this year if you're not completely precise or if you don't have a dominant shot taker with his strong foot to go across the body with. And for example, let's say I'm in this exact same position, but I have someone such as team of the season Fakir, who's left-footed. I might be able to hit this across the body with a higher percentage because he is left-footed and he can power that home. He has the stats to suggest that this is definitely possible. But I've noticed a lot this year, there's almost an auto-assisted aim, especially with across the body shooting, where there's a fine line. The goalkeepers get a lot of those saves where they kind of hit the ball up. It ends up looking as if you shot right at him. And it's like, no, that's not what happened. You review the footage afterward. And I'm all about playing the percentages. And then if you really overextend, you often will put it wide as well going across the body. So it's just a finer line. And I want you to get better. And with getting better is making the game easy, making it simple, mastering intangibles, building good habits. Near post. That's going to go. That's going to go. I promise you. Yes, I realize we are reviewing a lot of goals because Lewandowski scored a ton of goals. And it's a little more raw. It's uncut. If you're new to this channel, that's kind of what it's about. I like having more of a discussion, an open line of communication, a back and forth with, of course, all of you that are watching in the comment section. If you have questions, if you have more suggestions, more details, and you have to start somewhere. This is a good baseline. And this is just a quality example of something that is so simple but makes it where you go from maybe a 70% chance of converting to what's close to 100%. The only way I don't score from this position is if I were to hit the post. Griezmann works it in. Lewandowski, Royce unfortunately loses the ball. Lewandowski's going to come back into an onside position. Here's the layoff. So in this area, you've got two different options. Most people are going to turn to his strong side, which is still on the left. Even though it's his left foot, it's the strong side because of how he's positioned, where the center back is. But we're actually going to use the center back's positioning, who I think is Varane, against him. We're going to make a quick little touch to the inside, and we're already powering it up. This is almost an all-in-one motion. And because of that quickness, because of that speed of the release, it happens. It's going to happen. You're not stopping it. AI defending, I don't care. Quick side touch, he switches into the back of the net. There is your rage quit. This clip's kind of fun because you see a lot that we do right, and then I don't want to say that was done wrong, but maybe some slight misreads. We have Lewandowski into space. The goalkeeper's coming out. I'm not sure if I want to try to pass to Royce or not, who's kind of in a good position if you could hit maybe a chip through ball. A lot of this is a matter of how quickly are you able to react to what you're seeing on the virtual pitch. So I've noticed the goalkeeper's coming out. We also have a lead. We have a spread. I might hold it a little bit long. So I go for a ball roll. I don't really get the reaction I was hoping for. The goalkeeper's beat, though. You can see the goalkeeper's been moved poorly. I didn't need the extra step. I did a ball roll into, I think it's a flick, a Ronaldo flick. And that extra flick wasn't needed. Otherwise, we already have this goal. We had already baited the goalkeeper into the mistake. We go for a finesse shot on the near post. It gets cleared away. We're all familiar with that. But you don't quit on the play. And this I really like. You're going to see me bust out an advanced spin, which is kind of an advanced skill move. For many of you, this would be a position you get the ball with Lewandowski, you're going to use a drag back. And it's to resurface the play. So there's my advanced spin. I've resurfaced the play. And then I'm not done. I'm going to hit a secondary drag back. Is it necessary? Probably not. Sometimes you're just in that free flow of creativity where you have those extra steps and you're really going for additional skill moves, or you're in that innovative mode. You have that I'm going to orchestrate the attack type of mindset, and there's nothing against it. There's nothing wrong with it because a lot of these skill moves come in such quick succession that you've already decided on the secondary move after hitting the first move, and that's what's happening here. After I pulled off the advanced spin, I didn't need this second move, but I already had it in my mind that it was coming. We drag back, butter, near post. You can't see me over here on the stream, but I'm celebrating. I'm very happy with my finish, very happy with the goal. Give you guys something to stand up about. He celebrates, yes, sir. I can make a whole video dedicated to different ways to resurface or to recycle plays when you're attacking through the wings. I feel that I'm gifted with wing play, and that's more so what this is about. The finish is good, but Griezmann's work here on the end line with drag backs and just trying to open up some sort of lane for a layoff, and then Lewandowski across the box. But it's more about opening up that bit of space. That's Griezmann's job, and then Lewandowski does his job to be the finisher, the ultimate finisher. Right place, right time. But I want to showcase a bunch of different examples just because there's so many different ways to score in FIFA, and I think it's important that we kind of open up that back and forth and have that dialogue. We start the play, and we finish the play. Lewandowski to Royce, looking for some hold up. Lewandowski's going to join the attack late, as you saw he began with the attack. Right here. Now, I'm already thinking, should I shoot? Maybe I can get another step before I have to shoot. And I use a ball roll here because I'm trying to make sure that I line up Lewandowski outside of the boot trait. Remember, we have that outside of the boot factor. When you line up with Trivela, it gives you a little added boost, that incentive. It's harder for goalkeepers, and you power that bad boy up. And this is just about knowing your squad, knowing your players, knowing tendencies, how to capitalize, knowing the gameplay. Ball roll, we've lined it up. We took a step forward. The goalkeeper's got no opportunity there. I don't care, Ter Stegen. Forget about it, bro. 2 bars of power is what you're looking for. Maybe a little bit more. You have a little more leeway depending how good the attacking player is. Haha! Many of you asked me about corner kicks. I recall this weekend scoring maybe 5 to 7 corner kicks exactly like this with Lewandowski. Identical. Picture perfect. You're going to pass short, and then you're going to hit your first man. And because it's Lewandowski here, I noticed if you use a ball roll, you can kind of get yourself into that Trivela angle. And a lot of people are expecting you to pass, but you actually are now able to shoot with someone that has that trait. And you're going to see this with Lewandowski. We use a slight body feint in turn, but similar. I use the ball roll, and then you make that turn to the inside, and people are just expecting a pass, but it's not necessary. It's not needed. Not going to front. This is more of a showcase of Lewandowski's footwork because a lot of people ask about the skills. Same corner kick, body feint, shield, and then the drag back. It turns out being a goal, but I wish the finishing portion was a little bit better. We tried to hit the near post. Good save from the goalkeeper, but it's just about the footwork and more so showing you that converts what I was talking about, hitting a short man and then the first attacker that's inside the box and letting him do his thing. This area of the pitch, seen it many, many times, but I love this example because this is a high skill level example of what to do. And when someone converts from here versus when somebody misses. Oh, it seems simple. Look at that. Griezmann into space. We don't have a sure thing for a layoff yet. Now I'm looking at the player switching here. So my opponent is controlling this man. And I know that this pass, nor this pass is open. He's kind of covering a 2-for-1. I have to bait him into a mistake. I have to. If I want to score, I have to. I'm telling you right now, you could try to force it in, but this is covered. And if you try to force to Royce on the backside, even if you put it in the air, we know crosses aren't that effective. But if you do right here, if you put this right here, this man's eating that. He's got a 2-for-1 coverage. He's got both of them. He's insured. So I'm going to use a skill move with Griezmann. A heel-to-heel. Just because I know I have enough attacking space in this area. But the whole reason I'm using it is I want to bait one of these guys out of position, preferably this guy. That's preferred. Boom. Right there. After he sees that skill move, now he's going to come down here because he's saying, oh, no. And it threw him off. He wasn't ready for it. He had gone towards Lewandowski in order to try to estimate or guesstimate the next pass. And now that I use that skill, it just threw his whole rotation off. Layoff, open, goal, count it. High-level FIFA. Final clip example, and we're reverting back to goalkeeper movement. I saw the goalkeeper scoot. If you watch that back, you're going to notice he scoots just slightly to cover the near post. I've seen it. I know what I'm looking for. You always take that quick look up. It's kind of like the radar that's right here at the bottom of your screen. You don't need to use the radar all game, but you need to be able to glance at it and then take the information available from glancing at it and be able to apply that in game. So that's exactly what we've done here. I saw the goalkeeper move across the body. Can't do anything about it. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Please check out our FIFA School, man. Exclusive podcast. Congratulate George on getting a big W. Put that in the comments. Just congrats, man. It's huge to win an event. So difficult. You could play your entire career as a FIFA player, a professional, and maybe only make 1 or 2 finals if you're really good at the game, yet alone win a final. And that would be his second final this year, EMLS League Series 1. And then, of course, EMLS Cup that just happened, $20,000 as the prize pool for EMLS Cup. And he beat Chris from NYCFC in the final. But let me know if you guys have any questions or feedback. I just thought I'd review some of Lewandowski's goals. I thought it was cool to kind of go back and revisit why we had success throughout this weekend league. I think this weekend that you're watching is where we finished 26-3, if you were wondering. But I just thought we'd give you a little bit of everything from analyzing on the basics, more of the intermediate finishes and scenarios and situations, and then, of course, a few advanced. Take a glance, watch the goalkeeper, all the above. And all these games are always played on our live streams if you're not following, and that is linked down below. But we appreciate you guys. Welcome to FIFA School.